Welcome to This Week in Weiss Schwarz, where we talk about Weiss Schwarz's news and cards of the day. How's everyone doing today? Good? Yeah, it's nice to hear. Okay, so there isn't that much news to cover, and this is what we call in the business stalling for the 8-minute AdSense mark. Before we get started, the 8 gold bar Mushoku Tensei deck is here and fully done, so we will be playtesting this at our locals. So follow me on social media at Casually Weiss Schwarz for more updates on that, and expect a deck profile maybe this week on Wednesday, depending if I end up liking the list and how it turns out. But yeah, follow me on social media at CasuallyWS on Twitter and Instagram. I've been posting a lot on my Instagram stories, and Twitter, I just repost whatever's happening, so you get the news a lot quicker there. Now off to the news. Starting off with the English news, we have a confirmed reprint date for Slime Volume 1. It is going to come in May. No exact date, just May. Yes, we are in May. I'm sorry, I'm like, no hope. But this is all we got. So go hit up your local game store and see when they're going to be getting them in. This is a reminder that the Hololive production booster set has been delayed, and they are releasing it next Friday. And the title cups have been postponed until June 1st. And speaking of Hololive, there has been an update in the Hololive PR packs. You're now getting a PR pack by purchasing 3 trial decks or a booster box of Hololive production. Okay, so that's kind of not that great. So with the current prices of the trial decks being around $25 to $30, with the majority of them being 30 plus, that is a lot of money. Also, not counting a certain trial deck being $35 to $45. I got mine early. That is a lot of money. On top of the fact that how scarce the trial decks are. There were people at my locals purchasing the trial decks, cracking them open, and immediately selling them as opened trial decks. It is not easy getting these trial decks now. Also, the booster boxes are being sold for like $85 to $95 at some stores. I personally like the Hololive production PR packs as tournament entry prizes. This creates an incentive to join local tournaments that help foster a community at a game store. Now, stores keeping PR packs for themselves, opening them and selling them on the secondary market, fuck those stores. So my local store actually sold out of the trial decks, and they're not taking any pre-orders of the Hololive boxes anymore. So handing them... Dear Lunch, I wrote to you, but you still ain't calling. What the fuck is this? I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom. I sent 2 tweets out back in autumn. You must have not have got them? I have a Twitter. Y'all could just tweet me. Okay, let's see here. What is this? Okay. This is interesting. So on Twitter, I sent out a tweet with my thoughts about the new updates for the PR packs, and Weiss Schwarz did respond. Just to clear up some confusion, Tournament Store Assist PR packs were never meant to be sold, and these mechanics had previously been communicated. However, we've recently received reports that certain LGSs have been scalping or selling these, thus the explicit statement. We'll also be standardizing redemption methods moving forward to prevent any further confusion. Local tournaments can continue to use our shop tournament PR cards, and we'll also continue to monitor how campaigns like the upcoming Hololive Production Title Cup are received. Intern-kun. Well, there you have it, straight from the horse's mouth. And Bushy Road, I would really like some royalties for that Intern-kun joke. I'm on to you. Well, now that I'm completely blacklisted from Bushy Road and Weiss Schwarz in general, off to the JP news. We have the release date for Kaguya Sama 2. It is going to be released on July 15 and is going to contain 100 total cards. There are also going to be a total of 7 signed cards. So yeah, will this break Kaguya Sama and make it meta again? Maybe, most likely. I hope not. Okay, let's talk about one of the most anticipated sets being released this year. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Pixar. So before we talk about the cards, I think it's important to remind the newer viewers on what Pixar the set is going to be. There are going to be a total of 3 trial decks being released. June 24 is Toy Story, July 29 is Monsters Inc., and September 9th is, oh goodness, Cars. While on the 30th, the booster set is coming out. We currently do not have any information on the Pixar set. Some speculation do include that only the 3 titles are appearing in the main booster set. To every single movie being released in the main booster set. Also, another speculation is that it's just Wally and earlier. Now, the reason because it's Wally and earlier is because it kind of makes sense if you know the lore of Pixar, because anything that was made before Wally were movies that were being worked in like in a batch. So purists count Wally below as like true Pixar. And with that being said, we have the promotional reveals for the Toy Story trial deck. Here is the first image, and on the left of the image, we actually see the custom card backs of the set. We also have a hot stamp card featuring Andy's name and a climax. The cards featured in the trial decks are from different Toy Story movies and shorts. The cards on the screen are from Toy Story 4, but you probably already guessed that. During your turn, if you have another Pixar character, this card gains 3k power and climax combo. On attack, if you have the choice climax in play and another character, you could top check 4, add a character, ditch the rest. The climax is a 1k1 and a choice 1 triggered. It is important to note that this card does have a soul trigger. That is standard, but 7k power on attack? I think yes. Also, the soul trigger is important because you're able to snag it with the choice trigger. Here is Woody and Buzz from Toy Story Hawaiian Vacation. And no, I also do not know what that is. Now, everything in Toy Story has been already said in the first 3 movies. Must we go tropical? That's an obscure reference for y'all. These are also the last 2 SP cards in the trial deck. Yes, gold foil on a yellow background. Ew. Either way, Woody is on play top check 2 and rearrange them in any order, and on play climax swap. And the Buzz. Oh, the Buzz. On play from hand, this card gains 4k5 power and it's an anti-backup until the end of your opponent's turn. And when this card's battle opponent is reversed, you could ditch 2 characters, clock shoot. Wow, not bad. That is cross turn. So if your opponent crashes into this, you could ditch 2 characters and clock shoot it. Have you ever been pumpkined before? Here are some more cards from Toy Story 2, 3, and 4. These are fairly standard in trial decks, but the one that I do want to talk about is Slinky Dog. Bro, what is this video? Like, I swear, what is this video? It is a 1/1, and during your turn, this card gains 6k power, and he has character discard encore. Yes, 9k5 power on your turn. And it can definitely go higher with some assists. Doesn't have a soul trigger, though. Doesn't have a soul trigger. Either way, this card is dumb, but I love it. Here's another image showcasing some more cards from the trial decks. Now, like I mentioned, the trial deck cards are trial deck cards. There's a vanilla bonder. They are good, but I'm super curious to see how the booster pack cards are, because I want this set to be broken. Absolutely fucked beyond belief, because with the money that Bushiroad used to pay for Pixar, they could have used that money to pay for like Spy Family, to pay for Dress Up Darling potentially, because again, I think I mentioned this in one of my live streams or in one of my previous episodes of This Week in Weiss Schwarz. Those are high value properties. Those are like the hottest animes from the last couple seasons and this current season, and instead of paying for those properties, because those are obviously going to be expensive, they gave us Pixar. Ka-chow. And before anybody asks, no, this is not coming to English Weiss Schwarz. The licensing is through Disney Japan. I've said this multiple times. Sorry, it sounds like I'm mad, but no, Dad is not mad. I'm just disappointed. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. And that is where we're going to end today's video. What do you think of the Toy Story trial deck? Is the art bad? It's promo art, but is it just me? I think the art's kind of bad. There are some scenes from the movie as the climaxes, but that's kind of like the extent of now. Also, shout out to all of my channel members scrolling up over here. Sorry about last week. I used the wrong list, but this is the correct one. Again, thank you all. Catch y'all later.